Hello everyone, welcome to another episode here on my Minecraft realm. I am Nick, welcome, thank you so much for joining me here on the channel, and let's jump over into the game. You can see we are at the Turtle, as I have taken to calling it, or the Prismarine Tower that I am currently building, and we have done some cosmetic stuff over here. You can see behind me this nice little T. There's millions of dollars buried under a big T. Oh, but yes, so I finally, and I had been putting this off for so long, guys, just because I didn't want to deal with the redstone of it all, and I didn't want to have to deal with the mess of nonsense, but I finally got all 4 of these kelp farms over here all linked up, ready, I should say, ready to be linked to the hopper clock. I built another hopper clock over here. I have not extended this yet, and I need to try to find a better way to extend this, because adding more hoppers into the chain here doesn't really lengthen it by all that much. I mean, it does to an extent, but it's just kind of as long as the items can pass through all the hoppers. So say I had another 10 hoppers here, it's only going to lengthen it by about 25 seconds, because that's the amount of time it would take for all the items to pass through the entire chain back over to the other hoppers. So I'm going to have to think of some ways to kind of delay it. I don't know yet. Maybe I can move the items into a dropper or something of that nature, and then have the dropper on, I mean, I could put the dropper on a clock of its own, like the clock for the dropper could expire, and then the dropper could kick all the items out into another hopper that would then feed into the hopper clock. I don't necessarily know. We're not going to spend a lot of time over here, except for to show you what we've built over here. I'm going to be doing some building for this in the next episode. We're going to do that on camera, I believe. I have moved 2 of my beacons over to the base here, so that way we can have some nice beacon effects. And I just stuck them. These are only level 2 beacons. These aren't full, obviously full beacons, but I wanted them to kind of fit aesthetically into the build here. And so they're just kind of resting on these support beams that are going across here from the central structure, and I've got jump boost and speed on here, which isn't really that bad. I mean, you don't really need a whole lot of anything else. You can also probably notice there are some openings now, and this is one thing I do want to finish in this video. We're going to get this taken care of a little bit later once I show you guys all of the fun stuff that I have been up to here on the server. Couple things. Number one, the kelp remains an issue. It remains a fairly huge issue in terms of its growth. Now, this farm in here, you can tell, is obviously perfect because all these ones are already all up at the top, but other farms are not faring so well, and I've had to replace several pieces of kelp in several different locations just to kind of try to keep them going. I mean, you can see here, there's just some kelp that just has not grown up yet, and this, I mean, I replaced this before. This was a while ago, too, and it's still not growing. But unfortunately, this is going to kind of be trial and error. This is going to be something we're going to have to do with the farms until we get everything up and running in the system here. Now, see, like, even this one, like, I mean, that one might grow the rest of the way, but again, I can't tell what its age is because there's no debug menu in Bedrock, so I can't hit F3 and tell what the age of the block is or anything of that nature, which is super frustrating. Yeah, I want to show you, like I said, all the fun stuff I've been up to. So much nonsense. The one thing I do want to do before we head out of here, though, is we're going to deal with all these kelp farms later. I'm just going to keep kind of letting those try to grow and see if they do anything. But we're going to put some glass in here on the sides. You can see I actually have some cyan glass in here. And we're going to put doors at the tops of all of these, because if I need to get into these farms to reset the kelp and to reset the plants, I don't want to have to break in and break blocks and stuff like that. So all we have to do is just put doors here, and then we can just slide right in and out. And then we can have a little bit of extra visibility with some glass here on the side. And then I also went in, and this is aesthetics more than anything else, but I also went in and added some sea lanterns all throughout the bottom parts of these builds, right above the pistons on both sides. And I think that that looks really cool. This makes me really mad. Somebody stole one of my conduits from in here. Frustration, people. Frustration. Don't steal shit when you play Minecraft. It's not that hard. But yeah, so that's basically what we're going to do with the kelp farms. And we've done, like I said, a little bit of aesthetic work on the tower. You can see I extended this one out and I lengthened this one out so it's not quite as much to a point. And I did start adding some of the decorative spires over here that are going to start reaching up. But only a couple small clusters of them. I didn't get really too busy. Over on the other side, I did add several more. And this was all so I could get the kelp smelter rebuilt in the system here. So you can see I just added a whole bunch more wall pieces here, including I just started sticking in whole spires full of sea lanterns because we have them. So I'm going to use them very liberally in this. Why is there no? What is happening? I think I know what the deal is with this, and I just have to actually fix this. That's okay. But this is one of the chests for the fuel input for the kelp super smelter. And now the way that I had to build this thing, I could not necessarily put in a whole fuel filling system. Now they both are semi-automatic, kind of. Oh, I love that jump boost. The jump boost, I can hop right over the side now. Ow. Here we go. We got to grab these and give me these. There we go. Come on. I would run right into the thing. I would. Yeah, this is the fuel source for the thing. So I had a full block above it. And of course, you can't open the chest if there's a full block above it. So we want to make sure that we are not impacting the ability of this chest to open. Which means what I need to do is just kind of, we'll stick this here. What the heck? Gonna just have to, no. Not ideally what I wanted to do, but okay. This is the back room here. This is back in where you fill up the fuel. And this is just a simple little dropper system hooked up to some observers. So whenever you dump items into either one of these chests, then they will feed into the hoppers, which feed into the dropper, which feeds into this water stream here. And this water stream will actually kick the items over through. And you can't get a good look at it because I've got the whole thing sealed off. Now you can kind of see. Let me see if I can pop out. No, not that one. That one's got a, see, it's got a wood sign on it. We don't want to pop that one out of there. But you can see, so the fuel comes over here, and then it will hit here. There's a water source block here. It will flow over here. And then you can actually see... Actually, I don't think you can see it from this angle, but there's a chest in here because what you have to do, and yeah, you can see it from there a little bit better, right there, kind of above the sign. There's a chest in there. What you have to do is you have to align the items with the edge of the hoppers. And if you just have the water stream going in, even though the water will push it all the way to the edge of the block, it won't be close enough to the hopper. So you have to use something with a slightly smaller hitbox. I know in Hermitcraft, I've seen Mumbo use some sea pickles. Because I guess that's something that Ilmango found, is that you can do 3 sea pickles, which will move it to the very, very edge of the block. That actually doesn't work in Bedrock, because I was sitting here like banging my head against the table in frustration. So what happens is they hit the chest, they move very slightly into that hitbox, and then they flow down this way, and then they get caught by this. Now this is going to work differently than the previous kelp super smelter system, because it's going to fill everything from the first furnace onward. And, you know, only until there's overflow. Once there's overflow, it's going to spill down into the further ones down here. So there's only going to be a few furnaces until this system really gets primed. There's only going to be a few of these that are actually going to be active at any given time. So that's basically the way that this whole thing is going to act. And the same thing applies to... Let's stick that block back in there. There we go. Yeah, the same thing applies to the actual kelp inputs. And that's the one thing I want to test here. In the server, I want to make sure... God. I had to replace the tops of these 2 pieces with glass here. So that way our beacon beams could travel up and out. I just kind of love that they're both piercing through the sky right there on opposite sides of the point. That way we can have 2 nice beacon effects in here. I figured speed and run boost were enough. Even though they're level 1, I mean, it's still going to just make it so much nicer to just run around in here. It's going to just be so nice. But let's go place those blocks over there really quick. I keep running into that thing, and it's making me mad. It's making me so mad. Like, why? Why do I keep hitting it like an idiot? Yeah, so what we need to do is we need to do... Let me stick that there. Because, yeah, that has to go there, so we need just a slab. This was a regular slab here, I believe, not stairs. There we go. Yes, that was just a regular slab, and then we're just going to stick another dark prismarine block there. There's no such thing as a concrete slab, so I can't replace that with concrete because it just won't fit in there. So now we'll be able to fill in and add fuel to the system whenever we are finally ready to fire this thing off. I want to let the kelp build up and let the farms grow, and I've reset a whole bunch of the kelp stalks. Hopefully they will grow to my satisfaction before I have to do any work. But now you can see we can open this chest here. We can open this chest here. I'm going to block this all off at some point. I don't know when. I need to move these chests. These chests are full of kelp. I need to get those out of there, and then I'm going to just seal this off, and we're going to probably put like a door here or something. So that'll be the only way you'll be able to access the back section where you're fueling it. So this is, like I said, this is the first chest, or the first smoker, I should say. There's smokers, not furnaces. But yeah, only when there's overflow are items going to reach all the way to the very end of this thing. So as long as people are in here using it regularly, I don't expect more than half of these things to be full at any given time. And the reason why I designed it like this is if they ever fix kelp, it will have so much overflow that it'll be great. But right now, I think this is the best option because all of the overflow, it's like literally everything's going to go into the first few furnaces first, fill these up, and it's not going to worry about spilling over and filling up all of these. So you're only going to be able to use the first few to repair your items, but between all the other farms and stuff we have on the server right now to do that, it shouldn't be too much of a problem. But let me head down into the system here because I just want to make sure that all of our kelp actually feeds through the system here. So how we're going to test this is we're just going to open up one of these here, and we're just going to chuck all of our kelp in here. It's going to feed down through here into this dispenser system down here, which is going to shoot the kelp into this water stream. We'll be able to see it in a second, I'm sure. Yep, see it? See the kelp leaves? And now what I want to do is we want to go up top back to the smokers. We want to make sure the fuel is making its way into the system. I still have no idea what I'm going to do with the rest of this space. This is not a very large build. This is not taking up a whole lot of the real estate in here. There is a ton of space left in here. I have no idea what I'm going to do with it, let alone all the rest of this vertical space up here. Who knows? Just want to make sure. So you have nothing popping into the second smoker. Everything looks like it's going into there. And there's 2 hoppers feeding into this. So you're talking 10 stacks of kelp are going to be waiting behind the one that eventually loads into the smoker. So unless like we get a serious amount of overflow going through there, which we're never going to because it's all being shot out of a dispenser system, you're basically going to be stuck with one furnace at a time. But like I said, I kind of am okay with that because it's going to be just one of those kind of frustrating systems where it's just not going to work properly unless, you know, once this fills up and everything, obviously we're just going to start backing up kelp, pushing it further and further and further down the system. And the only other thing I want to do is I want to kind of check inside of the system here. I want to make sure that there's nothing floating around in there. I don't know why fish keep getting caught in this thing. It's kind of annoying me. I also decided to continue this motif of the, and so we can see in the water stream right there, there's nothing floating down around the end here by itself. I don't see anything. Yep, there's nothing down there in the end there. But yeah, I kind of stuck with this purple. I did it on the central spire here with the purple and the green, and I actually kind of really liked it. So I think I'm going to continue it all throughout the build here, so that's why it's striped up here like this. It just adds a little bit of depth. It adds a little bit more color because this is a very, very green build. That's why I'm just sticking kind of little loving details like this in here. I may go get some stone bricks or something of that nature and see if I can't break this up as well. And see if I can't make it look that much better. So we've got 64 in there. We've got none in this one. So that just kind of tells you how well that system is going to work. I could, if I really wanted to try to get fancy, I could do some comparators and I could lock hoppers once they fill up with one stack, whatever the case may be. I don't know. I don't care. I'm not that concerned about it. I mean, we have this much here and we have this much here, and that's not even including what's in the farms right now, most of which are full because they've been offline for quite some time and we haven't had anything to deal with in terms of farms, at least not in the interim. But let's go and let's check out all the other fun stuff that we have done. You will remember we ended the last video destroying our iron farm, and yes, it is now gone, ladies and gentlemen. I am going to leave this here. I am just going to leave this little platform right here just as kind of a reminder of testament So the first failed iron farm on this server. And there's also the little legs from the spruce wood that I was using as the front leg supports of it. I hadn't finished building the supports because there's no back ones, but we're just going to leave those down there as well. Just a couple little aesthetic details, just a little bits and pieces. That's all we want, is just little bits and pieces. I love it. I think it's really, really cool. Actually, I'm really interested to check my other freaking... Okay, yeah, there's a conduit in there. Like, these are here for a reason, and I know these are probably too close together because of where they are spaced out on the highway. I'm not concerned with that because all you gotta do is just go find more shipwrecks. Go find more hearts of the sea. It's really not complicated. But no, people gotta steal things instead. Like, why do you have to steal things? There's conduit in that one. Like, I don't get it. Like, don't... Just leave things, like, if you didn't build it, don't ever touch it. It's that simple. Just, if you didn't build it, don't touch it. Leave it as it is. I don't know. It's frustrating. But anyway. That notwithstanding, what is going on here? Is there just a ravine down there? Oh, there is. Cool. But yeah, the iron farm is gone. I did mention it before briefly, but I do want to build 4 of them. Far off in the distance down there, somewhere, doing something. Yep, down here is where I want to build more of them. What did I ever do with that one? I had a villager, and I moved him way down and out of the way somewhere to try to get him to change his job assignment from a fisherman. And he never did, even though I never purchased anything from him, so he wasn't locked. I have no idea what I did with him, though, or where I stuck him. He might have just died or something. I thought I stuck him over here, like, off the edge of the dock or something, but he's definitely not there anymore if he was. Who knows? Go grab some more rockets. Let's show you guys all the fun stuff we've been up to in here. This is pretty much going to be it for this. I'm going to end this with a time-lapse once again of me putting the glass in and me putting the doors in. And actually, that's another thing we need, is we need doors. And one other thing I need as well, because I have not emptied these today. So there should be a good bit of stuff in here for my pumpkins and my melons. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's what we're talking about right there. That's what we're talking about. That is emeralds. That's what that means. I mean, granted, I know I have the raid farm that Tommy made that I can use. I have my own raid farm that I am still working on. I haven't touched it since. I don't think we'll get out there today necessarily in this video, but probably the next episode we will get out there. And I should continue work on that. I'm kind of just waiting for a fix, because, I mean, the Trident Killer is janky like crazy. It does not work properly. So I'm kind of waiting for a fix for the Trident Killer or whatever else for the farm. I got to look up a couple of different options as well. Tommy, I know, used a Trident Killer in his, and it is really, really janky. Eventually the Tridents will get pushed through the wall. Eventually you will either end up picking up the Tridents or whatever else the case may be. It is just not very efficient. And, you know, I just want to see if there's some kind of better system that I can use. A better Trident Killer that actually works better, if that's the case. Oh, my lord. So much bamboo. I'm going to have to get a shulker out for that at some point. And we will stick these guys in here. I didn't even ever take care of those. Or mine my diamond blocks that you saw me grab halfway through last episode. Yep, they're still just sitting in my ender chest. I haven't touched those. Haven't done anything with them, but that's okay. We're not going to worry about those right now. There we go. So many shulker boxes. You guys saw the shulker army I've got out there, and that's kind of the mess that I have been living with here for quite some time now, trying to get more of that tower done. And let's head up to the first of our new areas here, and that is a full-on villager trading hall. I needed something to do with this space where this old kelp smelter was. And I kind of like leaving little details in here like this. This is the old item chute where the kelp came in to the farm system here. And back behind these guys over here, you can actually see there is still glass back there. The original walkway that was back here is still back here. I left it there. Just because I like it. And you can see there's the bubble vader that goes up through the tree. And there's a little walkway that goes around the back of that. And yeah, left all that in there because I still wanted to have all of that stuck in there. But largely, we replaced everything. We've got a bunch of librarians over here. We've got 8 librarians with a bunch of different books on breaking, mending, fire protection 4, efficiency 5, respiration 3, sharpness 5, looting 3, and silk touch. None of the prices are all that bad, especially, I mean, when you have a raid farm. I mean, listen, I know you can cure villagers. I know you can make their prices way cheaper. I get it. But I am not that concerned with it because, basically, we're like super emerald rich on the server, so it's not anything I ever need to worry about. Another fun thing I found out about iron golems is that they cannot pathfind down or up these stairs. They can go into the stairwells, like they won't die. They can get to here and like stand here, but then they'll get stuck, like they can't pathfind out of there. So I try to push them out of here and get rid of them. I also have 6 stonemasons in here, so I can purchase bricks and quartz and terracotta. Got a couple of farmers up here just because, and then we've got a whole bunch of clerics up here, so I can buy bottles of enchanting and things of that nature. We've got a nice collection of those building up in there. And then I just stuck an armor, a weaponsmith, and a toolsmith up there, just so if we ever need to, we can come up here, we can use some emeralds, buy some diamond pickaxes, diamond swords, things of that nature. So that's pretty nice. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, it's a villager trading hall. You can see in the screenshot, like the thumbnail for this video, like all the children surrounding me, all the babies. It was interesting to get them in here originally. Let's see, watch this. We're gonna, no, get back. If they stand still, I can push them all the way upstairs, like all the way up to this room, and then they'll be stuck up in this room. Which I kind of like doing because that way they're out of my way and they're not in the trading hall. But yeah, I mean, it's tough to wrangle all the villagers to get them in here. I had to bring them over into my little glass house structure over here. And we'll kind of head over there because I got something to show you over here as well. But basically, we ended up bringing them in here. And we brought them in this floor here, right in through this window. So I knocked this window out, brought them right straight in the window, and then knocked a hole in the floor, put some hay bales down, and then I dropped them down through the hole in the floor to get over to here. And these iron golems in here are driving me insane because these guys are not staying in their beds where they should be. And these are all of my farmers that were originally over in my trading hall. This guy is a farmer, or I'm sorry, not a farmer, but a fisherman, because he is tied to some workstation somewhere. I have no idea where. I don't even know why they won't go to sleep. I mean, I think some of these guys got stuck pathfinding elsewhere. They've been pushed through blocks, which is really, really frustrating. But once again, iron golems spawning on top of my villagers is the bane of my existence, but there's nothing I can do to stop it right now. I just want them to, like, go to their actual beds and do what they're supposed to do here. See, all these guys are all in bed, so they're all linked to their correct beds. So I don't know what's up with y'all, but, like, you need to move, you need to go do something here. Go do something. You can get out of here, I know you can. You know what we're gonna have to do here. I was gonna say, I don't think he can hit me up here. Hooray, iron. Yeah, I don't even... Like, I tried to leave these cells open and just let these guys kind of wander and go free. See, I don't even know who's trying to link to these workstations. Is it guys down here? Like, I don't... There's a cat stuck up in the thing up there. I think what we'll do is we'll let all these guys out too, and we'll let them sort themselves out at night. And hopefully all get back to their correct beds and their correct workstations. I think some of them got jumbled up, and I'm going to have to reset their workstations, though. I don't know 100% what is going on with these guys. They are driving me insane, though. But they're all my really good max-level farmers. I didn't want to get rid of them. Because especially until I have a raid farm up and running, this is pretty much my way of making emeralds. This is how I'm going to make my emeralds. Am I to understand that you guys can't get out of here? I mean, maybe because of the hitbox of the bed, this is slightly higher than 1 block. I'm guessing. So we're going to actually remove a couple of slabs here. So that way these guys can get in and out of these pens, so we know that they're sleeping in the right spots at night. So there we go. Let's remove a couple of slabs. Give me that. Where'd it go? There you go. And we're just going to stick these somewhere here. Here we go. We will take care of those later. This is a work in progress. And one thing we need to make sure we do. Oh, and one of them just went in there, didn't he? And you know what the crappy thing is this is the one with the magma block. So yeah, here he is. Good. Awesome job, buddy. Awesome job. Get in the bubble vader. Nope. Stop. Turn around. I'm pretty much going to end up having to kill him. Which sucks, because it's another one of my max level farmers that's just going to die. I mean, I can probably get him out of here by... I don't even know. Could do a boat with a lead and scaffolding and all that happy nonsense and whatever, but we're just going to leave him in here for now. I totally forgot. Like, he literally ran for the door. He literally ran for that bubble vader as fast as he could. That's why this hole's still here, so I can drop down in there and do stuff. What a mess. What a mess, what a mess, what a mess. Whatever. But yeah, that is what we have been up to lately. Mostly, anyway. But that is, I think that's pretty much it. I don't really, I forgot to grab more rockets. That's okay, we don't really need rockets for anything. Let's get ourselves back out here toward the tower. And let's get back underwater here. And we are going to start working on getting this glass in place. Oh, you know what I did? I forgot doors. I do think this tower is coming along very, very nicely, but now the next thing I got to start working on is the vertical aspect of it, like really getting it way more vertical, heading up this this peak here in the center. I do love that we've got all these kind of jagged spots here, and everything is so just asymmetrical looking. I'm so happy with the design of this, the way that it's coming out. I was showing it to Tommy the other day, but I really think it's going to be one of those builds that's going to look better when you look at it all together, as opposed to like just the individual parts when it's not complete. Like, it's just not going to look kind of right until you get all the parts in, until everything is built and everything is constructed. Because right now it just looks like this whole mess of different colored blocks, different whatever, all mixed in here, all tossed in here willy-nilly. Let's go grab some doors, and then we're going to head into that time lapse, and we're going to finish this off. So yeah, this episode should end up being a little bit shorter than the normal ones. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to update you guys and show you what was going on here. What has been going on in the game. Oh, you know what? This iron golem upstairs is going to be mad at me. There we go. And yes, doors. What type of doors should we take? Spruce doors? I mean, I like spruce doors. Let's see. We need 2 per farm, and there's... Yes, we need 16 of these. Boop. I like the spruce doors, and they do match the doors that are on the entrance to the fishing hut or to the dock building right there. That's right outside of the tower. So yeah, now we just got to kind of keep pushing our way inward. I have no idea what I'm going to do with that space in there. None. Like, I'm thinking maybe it'll be like a big meeting area. Like, maybe I can put a big table in there, big chairs. Like, maybe I can build like some kind of kitchen or something in there. There's a lot of different things I'm thinking about doing in there. I'm not 100% sure yet what my plan is going to be. But yeah, these kinds of things are going to go just like right like so. And then I can go in and out of these as I see fit. Bada bing, bada boom. And yeah, so this way we will have access to our kelp inside of the farms. And then I think what I may do is I'm still not ready to kind of do the hopper clocks just yet, because they fire too often. So I think we're going to just rig up some switches and just kind of manually control everything for now. And we will see what happens once we get... I mean, I like the hopper clock solution, but we just need more time than a hopper clock is going to allow. The only way, like I said, the only way I can think of it is if, like, or maybe we could link up multiple hopper clocks or something like that. I don't know. I'm going to have to take a look and do, that's going to be a little bit more advanced redstoning. But luckily we've got the space in here to do, what do I hear? Is that fish? Where is there fish? And why is there fish? Why are you spawning? Where are you spawning? I don't understand what's happening. I honestly think it might be because these kelp farms are all open. Like, I opened up the blocks on the side of them, so I think now they're all getting caught in the kelp farms. Because I was not producing literally any fish at all, ever. And now we're producing nothing but fish. Of course, now I can't see them because they're stuck in that stupid thing. And, yeah. I still have to do something with the sides of these things. Haven't worked on that yet. There's still so much to do with this tower. I think in the next episode, I'm going to show you guys the raid farm, and we're also going to take a look, and I'm going to work more on this tower, because it's one of those projects that's kind of been nagging me for a while. It's a major project. I want to at least get the exterior of the build done, or at least done to a stage where I'm happy enough with it. And then we will go from there once we get a little bit more progress done. But yeah, it's just a project that's been dragging on for way too long at this point. Like, this has been here... The initial foot of this thing has been here since this was originally built. But there's another project that's been gestating even longer than this one. And I kind of love that I threw that purple in there on the outside. I think I'm going to do that with all of the glass at some point. I just haven't yet because I haven't reworked this piece over here yet. Things of that nature. So we've got a lot more stuff to do. A lot more stuff. Get in there. And see, again, you can see the frustration that I'm having with this. No growth whatsoever. And it's just going to be a frustrating period of trial and error as I come in here and I try to open up all these things and replace the kelp and kind of keep trying to work it until I get to a point where it is, you know, satisfactory or whatever. I think maybe I should do purple glass on the bottom ones and cyan glass on the top ones. I think that's what I'm going to do. I was going to mix it in and like kind of do an alternating pattern of it like I have up in the actual farm, up in the tower, but I don't feel like it. I'd rather do something like this instead. There we go. So I'm going to time-lapse the rest of this, ladies and gentlemen, so I do want to thank you so much for watching. We are definitely getting some progress done and getting the island itself closer to completion, because I do want to move on from the island eventually, ladies and gentlemen. I want to get myself onto somewhere else in the game, and I have a couple of really big projects that I really want to get started working on, and I'm kind of antsy to start working on them, but I'm putting them off because I want to get more work done over here on the island, and I don't want to just leave all this stuff over here in this state of disrepair. You know, it's like Tommy's castle over there. Like, he never ever does anything with it, and I was wrong. I needed 32 doors. Not 16, because there's 2 doors per side. I forgot all about that. Oopsie. It's okay. We're going to have to go make some more spruce doors. So I'm going to time-lapse the rest of this. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for stopping by the channel. If you like the video, please hit that like button. Let YouTube know that you're really interested in the content. Subscribe to the channel if you are so inclined. And don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, to ring that bell. Get it on. Get it on. Yeah! I do super appreciate everybody stopping by the channel. You guys are amazing. That is the funniest way to place blocks. Could you imagine if somebody played Minecraft like just in that view? Somebody has to, right? Somebody out there does it. Somebody does. I don't know. But yes, we are going to go ahead and time-lapse the rest of this, ladies and gentlemen. I super appreciate you watching. Stay tuned for the next video. Like I said, we're going to go check out the raid farm, and we are going to get some big-time structural work done on this tower. I'm thinking I want to knock out at least like 30 to 40% of the structural work, the exterior work, I should say, of this tower. And hopefully our kelp super smelter will be up and running by then as well. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for watching, for all of your amazing support. And I will catch you next time. Bye-bye.